An attractive online price tag rarely survives the trip to the dealership. By the time you're sitting at the desk with a pen in hand, the total cost often swells by hundreds of thousands of rupees. The advertised ex-showroom price covers the manufacturing cost of the vehicle, the goods and services tax, and a dealer margin, typically capped at 5%. However, clearing this balance only covers the hardware. It provides no legal authority to actually operate the vehicle on public roads. The showroom sticker represents a bare minimum baseline, a foundation for the heavy stack of government and private mandates that follow. The central GST structure penalizes buyers based on the physical dimensions of the car. A compact hatchback like the Maruti Swift qualifies for the lowest tax tier at 18%. Stepping up to a midsize SUV like the Hyundai Creta triggers a much higher tax bracket, with the rate climbing to 40%. Crossing 4,000 millimeters in length or exceeding a 1,200cc engine capacity causes the tax burden to more than double. This arbitrary regulatory line dictates the entire landscape of Indian automotive engineering. Buyers of slightly larger vehicles pay a massive premium simply because the car measures a few millimeters past the threshold. Moving the car from the showroom floor to the street introduces the single largest addition to the invoice, state-level road tax. While calculated as a percentage of the car's base price, the specific rate depends entirely on which state government manages the registration. A buyer in Delhi enjoys a relatively low tax burden, whereas those registering in Bangalore face some of the highest rates in the country. On a budget hatchback, the difference is stark. A Bangalore resident pays 57,000 rupees more than a Delhi buyer. For premium vehicles, this geographic penalty scales higher, often exceeding 180,000 rupees in extra taxes. Local government policy dictates vehicle affordability. Your zip code determines the final price, regardless of the manufacturer's national pricing strategy. Beyond the major taxes, smaller legal fees are required for registration, covering tamper-proof license plates, FASTag toll devices, and RTO processing fees. Then there is the insurance mandate, adding tens of thousands of rupees to the invoice before the keys are even handed over. The government enforces a 1+3 structure, requiring buyers to pay for multiple years of coverage in a single upfront payment. This structure bundles a mandatory 3-year third-party liability cover with a rigid 1-year policy protecting the vehicle against own damage. The final levy is the tax collected at source, a 1% charge triggered the moment a vehicle invoice exceeds 10 lakh rupees. High-end cars suffer a triple hit by simultaneously crossing the highest GST threshold, the top road tax bracket, and the TCS threshold. These cascading legal mandates turn the purchase into a compliance exercise. The buyer faces a significant cash outflow before the vehicle ever touches the pavement. While the taxes are mandatory, the total on the dealership's final quote is not. Recovery begins with a line-by-line audit of the invoice. Dealers frequently insert fabricated fees into the paperwork, often labeled as handling charges or logistics fees. The Supreme Court and state consumer forums have ruled these logistical add-ons entirely illegal, as these costs are already factored into the ex-showroom price. Dealers sometimes attempt to hide these illegal charges by inflating the official RTO line item. Verifying the actual amount on the government's Vaha portal is the only way to catch the discrepancy. Dealerships rely on the complexity of the tax system to slip in these fraudulent margins. Strict verification of every line item remains the buyer's best defense. The insurance mandate also offers a significant opportunity for cost recovery. While the 3-year third-party rate is fixed by law, buyers have the right to secure their own damage policy. Purchasing this coverage through online aggregators instead of the dealer often reduces that specific cost by 40%. For those buying vehicles over 10 lakh rupees, the 1% TCS charge can be recovered. The government treats the TCS as a prepaid tax credit. When you file your annual income tax return, that exact amount is adjusted against your liability or issued as a direct refund. The massive gap between the showroom sticker and the final road price is a combination of state regulation and hidden retail traps. By understanding the math behind every rupee, the buyer maintains control over the final transaction.